class, welcome back to another lesson. Today's learning goals are I can compare rational numbers using greater than, less than, and equal to. By identifying their position on a number line, I can understand the absolute value of a number is its distance from 0. I can express numbers in m over n form. So we have done these first two learning goals already, and we're going to continue working on those. And we're adding a new one. I can express numbers in m over n form. So let's go ahead and get started. To rewrite a decimal, you need to look at the last number in the decimal and find what the place value of that number is and use it for the denominator of the fraction. For example, 0.23 has a number in the hundredths place because the 3 right here is in the hundredths place. That's the last number that has value. So we will use 100 for the denominator when rewriting the decimal into a fraction. So right here, this is 23 hundredths, and this is also 23 hundredths. Notice that the 0.23 is called 23 hundredths. So if you say the number properly, you can figure out what denominator to use by that last number, which is hundredths. That's going to be our denominator, okay? Convert the following decimals into fractions. Here we have negative 0.15, also known as negative 15 hundredths, because the 5 is in the hundredths place, so therefore we have negative 15 hundredths. Over here, we have 72 hundredths, because this 2 is in the hundredths place, so we have 72 over 100. And finally, here we have negative 37 and 25 hundredths. So here, we got 37 and 25 hundredths. Now, if you wanted to, you can simplify these. So here 5 goes into both 100 and 15, so we get negative 3 twentieths. Here, the biggest number that goes into both of these is 4. So we're going to divide both of these by 4, and what we get is 18, oh maybe not 4, 18 over 25, no that's right, 18 over 25. And here, 25 hundredths, we all know, simplifies to 37 and 1/4. You don't necessarily need to do this, but you guys should be able to do this. It is expected for you to be able to do this if requested on a test or a quiz. You should be able to simplify. So here it asks us to identify which number is farther away from 0. In order to do that, we're going to change both of these numbers into mixed fractions. So here we have 60 goes into 132 twice and makes 120, so that gives us a remainder of 12, and then keep the denominator. Over here, we need to change this into a fraction, so it's going to be negative 2. The last place value that has value is in the thousandths place. So we're going to put 1,000 on the bottom and then 875 at the top. Now, we're going to simplify both of these fractions, and we get 2. 12 goes into both 12 and 60. 12 goes into 12 once. 12 goes into 65 times. So this is the same thing as 2 and 1/5. Over here, 25 goes into both 875 and 1,000. So we have negative 2. 25 goes into here, 875. 4 times 8, 32, 33, 34, 35 times. And then goes into here, 40. Oh, look, we can even go further, because 5 goes into both 35 and 40, so we get negative 2 and 7/8. From here, some of us might be able to tell which one is closer to 0 than the other one, but just in case we don't, let's go ahead and graph these on these number lines. Okay, so 2 and 1/5, we're going to split this 2 and 3 into 5 equal parts. And then plot 2 and 1/5, which is going to be 1/5 away from 2, so that's going to be right here. This is 2 and 1/5. For the negative 2 7/8, we're going to split negative 2 and 3 into 8 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to make 8 equal parts right there. And then we are going to find the seventh one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be right here. So this is negative 2 and 7/8. And we can see that the distance between 0 and 1 and 1/4 or 1/5 is less than the distance it is from 0 to negative 2 and 7/8. You can see the difference in length right there. So therefore, the one that is farther away is going to be this one right here. Negative 2 and 7/8 is farther away from 0, which is this one. Nope, excuse me, not that one. It was this one right here. Here it says, what is the absolute value of b? Give your answer as a fraction. So first we need to find out what the value of b is. And in this section, we split up in 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So this is going to be negative 1/4 because it is 1 away from 0. So b equals negative 1/4, but we're trying to find the absolute value of b. So the absolute value of b is going to be negative, or excuse me, not negative, it's going to be the positive form, so 1/4. And if we wanted to change that into a decimal, we know that 1/4, also known as a quarter, and a quarter is worth 25 cents, so the absolute value of b is also 0.25. Here we have to find the absolute value of c and give the answer as a fraction. And this part is split up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different parts, equal parts, so therefore this is going to be c equals 1 and 1/5. The next part, but we have to find the absolute value of c, and the absolute value of c we know has to be the positive form, but it's already in positive form, so it's 1 and 1/5 again because it's already positive. We don't make it negative. The absolute form of a number is always positive because it's the distance between 0 and that number. Now, if we want to change this into a decimal, 1/5 is also known as 2/10. So therefore, this would be 1.2 or 1 and 2/10.